open to Culver City. It will tie into the Metro Green Line, so it does allow for a passenger connection with the Expo line, but it has a direct, what we call a rail-to-rail connection to the Green Line. It has 6 stations we call baseline stations. It has 2 station bid options, Vernon, of course, Lamar Park, and Hindley. And like you heard Mr. Taylor say, we are very focused on the Lamar Park station. We had, well, actually, I'll come back to that. Let's further on the station. We also have a full-service yard we call the Southwestern Yard. Like the project budget, this is a big project, but it also has a lot to get built, so 1.749 billion. And our opening date right now is forecast in December 2018. Okay, this slide just kind of shows where the line is in respect to the regional network. The line, of course, is what you see there in yellow. This is just a proportion, of course, of Metro's network to the western side of the county. Okay, the top priorities for this quarter, of course, are jobs, mixed use, construction, landscape, safety, and development. I don't think anybody actually would object to that. I think they are, in fact, the top priorities for the project, and they're looking to actually implement. This is our schedule for the project. Again, we have started construction, because Miguel mentioned the advanced utility contract that we awarded back in June. They're getting ready to break ground. You probably have seen some activity already along the boulevard. That's a lot of the private utility work, which is going on now and continue until we actually award the larger contract. We're in the process of actually acquiring right-of-way. And as I said, we are in the procurement phase as we bring the contractor on board for the next year. Okay, the current design phase. This project started in an environmental phase back in 2007. And we are actually where you see the arrow there in an active procurement phase, as I said, to bring the contractor on board probably in the first quarter of next year. Major milestones. We did receive the record decision from FTA back in December 2011. And like David Yale indicated, we're about to actually execute a very large TIFIA loan. Actually, we're making history because that's the first time a TIF loan of that size has been applied to a transit project. We already mentioned the utility contract, the main design build contract. You already heard Tasha talk about the goals we set for DBE, 20% separate goals for design and construction. Miguel did talk to you about the PLA and the construction careers policy. We did pre-qualify 4 teams. We are expecting to get some very good competition. Competition, of course, helps us in getting a good base bid that will help us with the Morgan Park Station. We've also adopted what's called a best value procurement. It's not just based on low bid. We want to make sure not only get good bids, but we also hire the right team to get this project built the way the community deserves to have it built. We are seeking what we call innovation in the process. Innovation itself means we are looking for improved schedule, lower cost, and the benefit to the community. Okay, so contract award we're looking at in first quarter of 2013. We have a separate contract for the yard that is actually being ready to put out to bid in February next year. The yard contract we're anticipating to have it awarded in July, August next summer. Okay, we're going to talk about safety, transit safety, and construction. It does address the whole project. We do this on all our projects. Okay, the safety plan includes what we call a system security management plan. We incorporate safety measures to design. We take transit safety education very seriously. We also look at construction safety. Okay, safety security management plan. First, it's mandated by the Federal Transit Administration. We do it anyway, but it was mandated by the FTA. They review it very thoroughly, and they have to approve it for us. We started during the preliminary engineering phase, and we do update it through construction. Identify specific activities, management processes, resources, and of course, oversight responsibilities. It guides the integration of safety and security into each phase of the project. And it also ensures compliance with the requirements of the California Public Utilities Commission. We need the PUC to sign off on this project so we can operate it. Okay, some of the safety measures that we evaluate are flashing red LED lights in roadway. Installation of flashing train warning signals, pedestrian signals with countdown timers, wider crosswalks in refuge areas. We're also looking at exterior picket fences, similar to what the Expo line has done when we're going down Crenshaw Boulevard. Okay, many safety measures will be applied to at-grade street running segments. We install signs, we add fencing, as I mentioned. We do what we have learned over the years to make these projects, light rail projects, as safe as possible. Okay, we use photo enforcement cameras to deter left turn
That's why they got
violations.
the highest accident rate in the
You
world.
may have seen on the Expo line these recent yellow bollards that we put at pedestrian crosswalks.
They don't care.
To help improve pedestrian safety as they
That's
cross.
what toilet paper's for.
Okay, we also have these active train warning signs that
Flash it.
flash upon train approach.
Dominic
We
Buck.
also dedicate left turn lanes with separate left turn phase signals.
You're funny.
Okay, these are current examples of other at-grade segments. The one on the left is the GO line in Pasadena. The one on the right is the east side extension that opened about 3 years ago. Now, the construction, of course, is the Expo line phase 2, and we hope shortly the Crenshaw line next year.
That's Long Beach on the left.
I was looking on slides.
Pretty good, Damien. Knows more than they do.
I always like to show this. I'm a history buff myself. And you heard Paul Taylor talking about we had 1,000 miles of light rail. Now, people that have white hair like me probably remember that movie Roger Rabbit. Okay, Roger Rabbit? Well, that gave you one possible reason why we lost all that transportation we had in LA County. And
That's
as
a
Paul
fine
indicated,
one.
we're bringing back about maybe a third. I actually wanted to say that for a long time, because I actually like that movie. Okay, some of the additional safety measures we are planning. Okay, as I said, pedestrian signals with countdown timers, sounding of audible warnings on the train, widening of Slauson Avenue to improve traffic flow. Okay, that used to be an option. Okay, it's now part of the big design. So we are widening Slauson Avenue to improve the traffic congestion that will be there regardless of this project. The Metro was committed to actually do that as part of the big project. Okay, we're also looking at train coming LED signs for pedestrians and all
More
four
money out of the
corners
project.
for street running segments. We're also looking at weight
Just like you just said.
pavement markings. Okay, we're also looking at flashing in roadway lights. You've probably seen those in some of the cities in the county. We're also evaluating pedestrian gate arms for left turning traffic. We're looking at embedded lights, crossing surface, and we're looking for, as I said, audible warning for pedestrians and street running segments. So all of this is in progress, and all of this, I believe, will be fully evaluated and incorporated into this project. This is our criteria the Metro uses for consideration of grade separations. Metro does have a grade separation policy. We look very hard at right-of-way physical constraints, we look at environmental impacts, and we look at other factors. Now, for light rail, each crossing and section of crossing is valued on a case-by-case basis. Crenshaw corridor follows light rail criteria, not heavy rail criteria. Light rail, of course, is what you see on Expo today. Heavy rail is the third rail system you see on the red line. And the reason we follow light rail criteria because it's applied to light to moderate density. It also accommodates moderate ridership estimates because it's a logical extension of the existing light rail line, i.e. the green line. You guys want to know? Transit safety education. We pride ourselves on getting out there at least 1 year before the trains appear on the line. We do presentations to schools, libraries, churches. We cannot do enough of these, and we will do as many as it takes to get the message out. Our emphasis is on school safety training. We have what we refer to as safety ambassadors. A lot of them are retired bus and rail operators, and we put them at strategic locations on the island. And these people go out there 6 months before and 6 months after. Okay, we're very serious in making sure that we put out the message about safety on these projects. Next slide. Also construction. We're about to start a major construction program, very much like Tori was talking about in the Expo 2 project. We provide construction safety awareness training, prepare the public for the upcoming construction activities. So again, we'll do outreach to students, churches, senior citizens. We'll do as much outreach again as possible to make people aware of what construction is. And that's probably the end of my presentation.
Well, thank you, Rob. And I want to thank you for bringing Miriam Simmons, who we know her so very well from her work in the Board of Supervisors and also in the City Hall. And I think she's a great addition to your team. Let me. All right, great. Well, thank you for that. I'd like to acknowledge, and at this time we're going to have people to come up with questions from our panelists, but I'd like to acknowledge Albert Lloyd, who is the deputy for the Southeast area for Council President Herb Wesson, who's here, and also John Henrick, who is the district representative for Assemblywoman Holly Mitchell. At this time, we'd like to have you come to the chair and have your questions from any of the panelists that you might have.